कृष्ण केशव पाहि माम् कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव पाहि माम् राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष माम् जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्ता वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गौरनिताय 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 जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा दामोदर राधे जय जय प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams to all the devotees. Thank you all for joining in for the Chaitanya Charitamrita session this afternoon. We'll start with the prayers. Om Jnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tapsajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaura Rishine Namaha Panchatattvaatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupaswarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तडालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य ईश्वरं हरिः ओम् तत्सत्। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानन्दा जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. श्री चैतन्य चरितामृता की जय, कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. Hare Krishna. So once again, welcome all of you for the Chaitanya Charitamrita session. We are on chapter number 18 of Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, where the Lord is traveling to Vrindavan Dham. The Lord is traveling in Vrindavan Dham. Very, very wonderful section where a lot of philosophy is also captured. At the same time, the lovely interactions between the Lord and his devotees are also captured here. So a very wonderful balance is found in this chapter. So we will continue from text number 117. But before that, we'll just do a quick recap. In 116, we saw the offenses to the holy name. One of the offenses to the holy name is to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to, independent of the names of Lord Vishnu. So as sadhaka bhaktas, we try to avoid all of these offenses, especially the nama aparad, the offenses while chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because simply by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can attain Krishna Prema, provided we chant sincerely with faith and by consciously trying to avoid these various offenses to the holy name. All right, so let's move forward. Text number 117. Loka kahe tomate khabu nahi jiva mati Krishne rasa drisha tomar akriti prakriti. Anyone wants to read? Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Can I read?
Yes, go ahead.
Loka kahe tomate kabu nahe jiva mati Krishne rasa drisha tomara akriti prakriti. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the difference between an ordinary living being and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the people said, no one considers you an ordinary human being. You are like Krishna in every respect, in both bodily features and characteristics. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Haribol Mataji.
Yeah, thank you. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the difference between an ordinary living being and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? We are all equal to Krishna in terms of quality, but we are not equal to Krishna in terms of quantity, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself has taught us this wonderful tattva, which is called Achintya Beda Abeda Tattva. That means we are simultaneously one with the Lord and different from the Lord. No one considers you an ordinary human being. You are like Krishna in every respect in both bodily features and characteristics. So here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Sri Krishna, right? Is there any difference? No. There is no difference at all. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is said to be more merciful than Lord Krishna also. It is said that Lord Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, right? Ye yatamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamiham. As you surrender, I shall reward accordingly. That is Krishna's words. But yare deke tare kahe Krishna upadesh. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna's most merciful, magnanimous form. That's why we say, Namo Maha Avadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Dushe Namaha. Namo Maha Avadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate. Right? Why is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called the most munificent form of Lord Shri Krishna? Because he gives out Krishna Prema profusely. Yare deke tare kahe Krishna Upadesh. When we talk about Krishna, when we give Krishna to others, when somebody starts chanting with faith and sincerity, what do they attain? They attain Krishna Prema. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most munificent, the most magnanimous, the most merciful incarnation of Krishna. He is equal to Krishna. He is not different from Krishna, but he is more merciful than even Lord Sri Krishna. Right? And in bodily features and characteristics also, you are like Krishna. Right? So Krishna is in this beautiful Shama Sundar form, right? Or Shama Sundar means like a bluish black rain cloud color. Krishna is in, and Gauranga Mahaprabhu is in the color of Srimati Radharani, right? When there's a golden coating on the bluish black, right? That much effulgent the golden color becomes, right? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in this golden complexion because he's taken over the mood of Srimati Radharani, the complexion of Srimati Radharani, the complexion and the mood of a pure devotee of the Lord. In this way, Lord Krishna has enhanced himself in his merciful attitude in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he's taken over the mood of a pure devotee of the Lord, who is Srimati Radharani. Right? Incidentally, this month is the month of Srimati Radharani. We are glorifying Kartik Damodar, but actually it is only by the mercy of Srimati Radharani that one is able to bind Krishna. Right? We are always singing about the Leela of how Lord Krishna got bound by the ropes of love of Mother Yashoda. Right? We can develop that kind of love to bind the Supreme Personality of Godhead only and only if we have the mercy of Srimati Radharani. That is why this month is called the month of Srimati Radharani, where Bilwa Mangal Thakur sings, right? I want to capture Lord Sri Krishna in my heart, which is Karagraha, which is a dark prison house. But how can we do that? We can do that only when we have the mercy of Srimati Radharani. Right? That's why the entire song talks about Yashoda, how she's running behind, how the Makara Kundal of Krishna is swinging in the ears of the Lord, etc., etc. But how does it end? Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Ananta Leelaya Devaya Tobhyam. The song ends, right? Satyavrata Muni sings this beautiful song, Damodar Ashtakam. Right? How does it end? It ends by taking the mercy of Srimati Radharani. Namo Radhikaye Tvadiya Priyaye. Oh Krishna, you are most dear to Srimati Radharani. And it's only with the mercy of Radharani that we can bind Lord Sri Krishna. So, okay, so let's come back. So here, why is Krishna is equal to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in all aspects? In aspects of Tattva, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when you say Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam, whatever is applicable to Govinda is equally applicable to Krishna. And Krishna is Avatari, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also Avatari. He is also the source of all the incarnations. He is also equal to Krishna, but he surpasses Krishna in his mercy, in his magnitude, in his magnanimity, in his merciful attitude, like that. Okay, so let's move on to text number 118. आकृत्य तो मारा देखी ब्रजेंद्र नंदना देहा कांति पीतांबर कैल आच्छादना. बोना माता जी, go ahead.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम. आकृत्य तो मारे देखी ब्रजेंद्र नंदना देहा कांति पीतांबर कैल्या आच्छादना. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. By your bodily features, we can see that you are none other than the son of Nanda Maharaj, although the golden luster of your body has covered your original complexion. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So this bluish black complexion, which is of Lord Sri Krishna, like we can't envisage that color, right? Let's not imagine some blue color or black color or some gray color like that. But it is said to be just before the rain drops from the sky. What is the color? Right? We cannot see we see that color properly with our material eyes, right? Because the sky itself is so far away. But that is the color, a very, very beautiful, pleasant color. That is the color of Shyamasundar. But that color of Shyamasundar is actually covered over by the complexion of Srimati Radharani, which is the golden luster. Okay, text number 119. Mrigamada vastre bhande tabuna lukhaya Ishwara swabhava tomar daka nahi aaya. Sindhu Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, pranam Mataji. I'll read the verse also.
Yes.
119. Mrigamada vastre bande tabuna lukhaya Ishwara swabhava tomar daka nahi aaya. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As the aroma of deer musk cannot be concealed by wrapping it in a cloth, your characteristics as the Supreme Personality of God, it cannot be concealed by any means.
Yeah. So thank you, Mataji. Deer musk is supposed to be so fragrant that you don't have to see it, right? Sometimes, when you go to the market, sometimes the durgandha, the smell of the non-vegetarian foodstuffs, etc., is so much you can't even walk there, right? You don't have to go there. From the end of the road itself, you know that it is there, and we can carefully avoid that area, right? Similarly, such good fragrance, opposite of that durgandha, is sugandha, right? Sugandha means very, very wonderful fragrance, right? Sometimes it is said that the tulsi leaves also have that kind of fragrance, right? Deer musk we may not have experienced, but we know the fragrance of tulsi. right? Very, very absolutely sattvic and transcendental fragrance, right? Even that we can see, we can also see that Sanat Kumar has actually became from impersonal tattvavadis, they became pure devotees of the Lord simply by smelling the tulsi leaves that is offered to the lotus feet of the Lord, right? So this fragrance has a lot of impact on our body, right? That is why we can easily smell, whether it is Durgandha or Sugandha, we can very easily smell. So this deer musk, that smell is so captivating that one cannot hide it. Even if it is hidden inside, the smell actually permeates through the air like that. So similarly, although the blackish blue complexion of Lord Sri Krishna is covered over by this golden complexion, one clearly knows by looking at Mahaprabhu that he is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna himself, right? So it is said, Prabhupada gives an example in one of his lectures that Prabhupada says, when one of our relatives, like our mother or daughter, or someone is playing in a drama, right? They're all dressed with the various according to the part or the character they are playing. They put wigs and nice makeup, and they sometimes dye their hair. All of that is done, but a child always recognizes the mother when the mother is acting on the screen. Similarly, a mother also recognizes the child, right? When we go for my daughter's school day is coming, right? Coming Saturday. So when we are going there, right, although our child may be dressed in so many wigs and so many colorful costumes and so much of makeup is there, but we can identify our child, isn't it? When we can identify our child even in this material world, right? Here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying, right, when we have the eyes to see the Lord, whichever form the Lord may come, we will be able to recognize the Lord. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Right? The pure devotees of the Lord see the Lord in their heart at all times, that whatever form the Lord may take and come before the Lord, they will be able to identify the Lord, because they are the Lords whom they've sold themselves to, whom they are constantly thinking of, whom they are constantly meditating on. Right? So that is why here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj says, right, whether you come in a golden complexion, whether you come in any form, right, the Lord can be recognized. The Lord's potency, the Lord's power, the Lord's beauty, the Lord's reciprocation, the Lord's love cannot be concealed just by this external change of color or change of appearance. Right? Very, very important to note here. Then Krishna personally came in his own form as Krishna, both in front of Arjuna as well as in front of Duryodhana. Well, Arjuna recognized Krishna because Arjuna recognized that so Krishna is the Lord. He had the bhava of servitude, whereas Duryodhana was envious of the Lord. So even when the Lord comes in his own personal form, those people who don't have the eyes to see the Lord will not see the Lord. They will see the Lord as an ordinary human being, right, who is just like him or her. But when the Lord comes even disguised, the pure devotees recognize the Lord. The Lord cannot conceal himself. Right? One more beautiful pastime that comes to my mind is when the gopis, right, after that, during the Rasa Lila, sometimes the Lord disappears. Right? When somebody thinks, oh, I'm such an elevated soul that Krishna is simply dancing only with me. When the gopi thinks like this, then Krishna actually disappears from the vision of the gopi. And then what happens? The gopi goes on searching. And then there, he's there in the Vishnu form, right? Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. And sometimes the gopi is asking the Vishnu form, where is Krishna? Did you see Krishna anywhere? Right? But when Radharani, right, when Krishna actually leaves Radharani to just increase their ecstatic love, when Radharani goes in search of Krishna, and Krishna is there in the Vishnu form, Krishna is not able to hold his Vishnu form. All of his extra arms and all fall away. And Krishna actually comes back to Shyam Sundar form like that. Right? So the Lord cannot himself, even if he wants, he cannot conceal himself from his pure devotees. The pure devotees always see the Lord and identify the Lord in whatever form, in whatever way the Lord presents himself to the devotee. So that is the wonderful characteristic of the devotee and the wonderful characteristic of the Lord himself. Okay, let's move on to text number 120. Alaukika prakriti tomar buddhiya gochara toma dekhi Krishna preme jagata pagala. Parvati Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat.
अलौकिका प्रकृति तुम्हारा बुद्धि अगोचरा तोमा देखी कृष्णा प्रेमी जगत पागला. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Indeed, your characteristics are uncommon and beyond the imagination of an ordinary living being. Simply by seeing you, the entire universe becomes mad with ecstatic love for Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Your characteristics are uncommon, beyond the imagination of an ordinary living being, right? We are not able to understand or comprehend the activities of even great Vaishnavas, right? What to speak about the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are beyond our comprehension. Simply by seeing you, the entire universe becomes mad with ecstatic love for Krishna. It is, we saw in the earlier sections how when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went into Jharkhand forest, even the animals were chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, dancing in ecstasy. Right? So that is the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that is the power of pure devotees also, right? We know Srila Prabhupada went simply with 40 rupees and with Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. He went to the Western world, and what he created? He created 108 temples. He created so many devotees. He manifested so many literatures, right? So many small books, so many books, Chaitanya Charitamrita, what we're reading now, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, so many books Prabhupada manifested actually, right? So the great devotees, right, they become just like the Lord, because being empowered by the Lord, right? It is said that Prabhupada and such devotees are called the Shaktavesh avatars of the Lord, right? Their characteristics are uncommon, and what they can do is way beyond what can be even imagined by a common person. And simply by seeing them and associating with them, such pure devotees of the Lord, because Prabhupada transformed so many people, isn't it? And Prabhupada actually fulfilled the prophecy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Nagaradi Grama Sarvatra Hoibe Prachar Mora Nama. Right? Prabhupada fulfilled the prophecy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, such devotees also, when they are imbued with the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they can create miracles. Then what to speak of the Supreme Lord himself, right? Simply by remembering the Lord with fully surrendered heart, by associating with the Lord, by remembering the Lord, one can develop ecstatic love for Krishna. Like that. Text number 121, 122. Sri Bala Vriddhara Chandala Yavana ये तो मारे का भार पाया दर्शना कृष्ण नामलया नाचे हाया उन्मत आचार्य हाइला से तारिला जगता. Uma Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Sri Bala Vriddhara Chandala Yavana यही तुम्हारा एक भरा पाया दर्शना कृष्ण नाम लाया नाचे हाया उन्मत्ता आचार्य हाइले से थारीला जगता. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. If they see you just once, even women, children, old men, meat eaters and members of the lower caste immediately chant the holy name of Krishna, dance like madmen and become spiritual masters capable of delivering the whole world. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Stri means woman. Bala means small children. Vriddha means old men. Are others like Chandala and Yavana. Even people who are meat eaters, Chandala and Yavana. Yavana means the lowest caste people. Ye tomara ek bara paya darshana. If they take your darshan even once, what will happen to them? Krishna Namalaya. They will chant the holy name of Krishna. Nache haya unmata. They will dance like madmen. Acharya haila sei tarila jagata. And they will become spiritual masters. They will become Acharya. Acharya means one who teaches by his own sada achar, or by one's own behavior. So even the people who are in the lowest Yavanas or Chandalas or meat eaters, such persons also can become spiritual masters who are Tarila Jagata, who can deliver the entire world only if they have the darshan of the Supreme Lord even just once. That is the potency of having the darshan of the Lord himself. Then text number 123. Darshanera karya achuka yeto mara nama shune se Krishna preme mata tare tribhuvane. Karpakula Mataji, go ahead.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Darsanere karya achuka yetomara nama suni ei Krishna premi mata tare tribhuvane. Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. Apart from seeing you, whoever listens to your holy name is made mad with ecstatic love for Krishna and is able to deliver the three worlds. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you,
Dandatana.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Dandavats. Darshanera karya achuka ye tomara nama shune. Once if somebody hears your holy name and after having your darshan, say Krishna prema mata tare tribhuvane. He is able to deliver all the three worlds. And that is the role of an acharya, right? That's what an acharya does. By his own achar and prachar, such people deliver the entire world. Text number 124. Tomara nama shuni haya shwapacha pavana alaukika shakti tomar Naya Kathana. Shobha Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Tomara nama suni haya shwapacha pavana alokika shakti tomara nayaya kathana. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Simply by hearing your holy name, dog eaters become holy saints. Your uncommon potencies cannot be described in words. Haribol Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you. So this is what is called the power of transformation, right? When we have, there is no difference between having darshan of the Lord as well as having darshan of his pure devotees, because both of which have the potency of transforming our hearts, right? That is the difference between hearing Bhagavata Saptaha from ordinary people who give 7 days Bhagavata Saptaha and then they go back and do what they like, right? But those real Bhagavat preachers are those who preach by their achar, preach by their behavior, preach by how they spend the remaining amount of time, that other than what they do in the prachar, right? If we give 2 hours of katha, then we can see how elevated a person is by what he does in the remaining 22 hours, right? In that way, we understand how elevated a person is, not by the 2 hours of speaking, but during the remaining 22 hours. What is his achar? What is his behavior? What is his siddhanta? What is his practice of devotional service, like that? So here, Prabhupada is saying, simply by hearing, right? That is a potency, that is a test, right? When we hear from somebody, if we get if you are inspired to transform ourselves, if you are inspired to chant more Hare Krishna Mahamantra, if you are inspired to hear more of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, if you are inspired to render more devotional service, then we are hearing from the right bona fide authority. That is why Prabhupada always mentioned, right, hear from a bona fide authority, right? He gave the example of how milk is very, very purifying, milk is very, very energy giving. But if the same milk is touched by the lips of a serpent, it will have poisonous effects. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam is energy giving. It can give us spiritual energy. Chaitanya Charitamrita study can give us spiritual energy. Nectar of Devotion study can give us spiritual energy. Bhagavad Gita study can give us spiritual energy. However, we have to hear from a bona fide authority. That means somebody who's coming in the bona fide Guru Parampara. Then it will have the energy, will give us a positive energy and transform us to perform devotional service with the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga. Otherwise, we can understand that it only stays for those 2 hours of katha, where it gives us, sometimes ecstatic symptoms, tears are flowing down, etc. But after the katha, we go back to our old ways of watching television, watching cricket match, watching serials, etc. Then our lives is not getting transformed. By hearing from a bona fide authority, what will happen? Dog eaters can become holy saints. Right? Prabhupada mentions in the translation. Right? So that is a transformation that is possible when someone hears from a bona fide authority. And such potency, or what kind of transformation can happen, one cannot even describe by one's words. One has to experience it to see the transformation, right? We have all experienced the transformation in our own lives, right? What we were before we coming to devotional service and what we are now. Such transformation can be experienced in ourselves. Then we know we are hearing from a bona fide authority. We are progressing on the path of devotional service. Okay, text number 125. Okay, so this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Yannamadeya shravananukirtanad yat pravanad yat smaranad api kvachet shvadopi sadya savanaya kalpate Utaha punaste bhagavannu darshanat. Yannamadeya shravananu kirtanat. Yat pravanat yat smaranat api kvachit. Shwadhopi sadhya savanaya kalpate. Utaha punaste bhagavannu darshanat. Bona Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Yennamadeyaya shravananukirtanat yat pravaranad yat smaranad api kvachit swadopi satya savanaya kalpate kutaha punaste bhagavanu darshanat. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. To say nothing of the spiritual advancement of person who see the Supreme Person face to face. Even a person born in a family of dog eaters becomes immediately eligible to perform various sacrifices. Vedic sacrifice. If he once utters the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or chants about him, hears about his pastimes, offer him obeisances, or even remembers him. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So, an explanation of this verse is seen in Madhya Lila, chapter 16, text number 186. Right? So here, what is the glories of the holy name is actually described. Yannamadeya Shravananu Kirtanat. One who hears the holy name and also chants the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yat Pravanad, Yat Smaranad, Apikvachit, Swadopi Sadhya Shavanaya Kalpate. Swad means the taste. Kutaha Punasche Te Bhagavanu Darshanat. Right? One who offers obeisances or one who even remembers the Supreme Personality of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or even utters his name just once, or chants about the glories of the Lord, about the Lord's pastimes. One is said to have performed many Vedic sacrifices, right? Because what is the sacrifice that is prescribed in this age of Kali? Right? Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva Gatir Anyata. It is mentioned in the Vedic scriptures that the same result that one obtains by actually performing meditation in the Satya Yuga, by performing what do you call that? Yajna, right? Performing of various yajnas in Treta Yuga, by performing deity worship in Dwapara Yuga. The same benefit, right? One can obtain simply by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare in this Kali Yuga. So that is the glory of the holy name, right? Whoever chants the holy names or chants the glories of the Lord will attain the same benefit as actually one performing sacrifices, right? Yajnarthat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma vandanaha. Right? Whatever we perform, we can perform it as a sacrifice, provided we include Krishna in it. Prabhupada initially said, right? We don't have to give up anything. Just try to include Krishna in whatever you do, whatever you talk, whatever you think. In that way, we purify our consciousness and all our thought, word and deed will become purified in this way. All right. Next, let's move on to the next verse, text number 126. Eta mahima tomara tatastha lakshana swarupa lakshane tumi vrajendra nandana. Uma Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Eta mahima tomara tatastha lakshana swarupa lakshane tumi vrajendra nandana. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. These glories of yours are only marginal. Originally, you are the son of Maharaja Nanda.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So these are only marginal. Marginal means you are just scraping the surface, right? You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna himself, the son of Maharaja Nanda, right? Bhajaho Remana Shri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charana Ravindare, right? The son of Maharaja Nanda, Nanda Nandana, right? Is non different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? What is that? Krishna Varnam, Tusha Krishnam, Sango Pangastra Parshadam, Yajna Sankirtana Prayer, Yajantihi Su Medasaha. Right? Krishna Varnam, Tusha Krishnam. You are Krishna himself, but you are Krishna Avarnam. You're not in Krishna Varnam. Right? Krishna Varnam, Tusha Krishnam, but you are Krishna himself. Sango Pangastra Parshadam, but you've now appeared with your associates as your weapons, as your ornaments or as your weapons. right? Shango Pankastra Parshadam. Yajna Sankirtana prior, and you are performing this yajna of Harinama Sankirtan. Yajna Sankirtana prior, and Yajanti he Sumetatsa. And who will worship you by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? It is the most intelligent people. Sumetatsa, not just intelligent, but very, very intelligent people will worship you by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, performing the Sankirtana Yajna. Right here, Prabhupada mentions in the purport the original characteristics of a substance are called Swarupa, and the subsequent corollaries are called Tatastha Lakshana, or marginal characteristics. The glories of the Lord's marginal characteristics prove him to be the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, the son of Maharaja Nanda. As soon as one understands this, one accepts Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. Right? The Vedic scriptures actually declare who is the Supreme Lord, when will the Supreme Lord incarnate, right? So the Puranas actually tell that in this particular, in this Kali Yuga, at this particular time, that Nimai will be born, his father will be Jagannath Mishra, his mother will be Shachi Mata, like that he'll be born in this land of Navadvip. Like that, all of this is mentioned in the Vedic scriptures. We don't accept any person who declares himself to be God as God, right? The Swarupa, or the primary characteristics, as well as the Tatastha, or the marginal or the secondary characteristics, are all described in the Vedic scriptures. And because one depicts those characteristics which are mentioned, and one satisfies those purposes for which the Lord incarnates, we accept them as a Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this way, we accept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we accept Lord Sri Krishna as Avatari, and then we accept the various incarnations or the avatars of the Lord as Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narsimha, Vamana, Parashurama, Sri Rama, Balarama, Buddha, Kalki. All of these are incarnations of the Lord who come to satisfy certain purposes. So we accept only them as Lord, right? We don't accept anybody else who's not declared in the Vedic scriptures to be Lord just because they exhibit some small powers, like, like making some powder, giving some coins, etc. Right? Those are not the determining factors, but they should be mentioned in the Shastras. Right? Okay, and one more point is Swarupa Siddhi, right? You know that Jevira Swarupa Krishna and Nityadas. Swarupa means what is very essential, right? What is the constitutional position, or what is most essential, right? So we also call it as Dharma of something, Dharma of sugar or sweetness. Like that, Swarupa means what is the original inherent nature of a living entity. That's called Swarupa Siddhi, right? What is our original position? What is our original relationship with the Lord? That's called Swarupa Lakshana or Swarupa Siddhi, like that. So that's the meaning of the word Swarupa. And Tatastha means marginal, right? Which is secondary or which is marginal, like that. Okay, let's move forward. Text number 127. Sei Sabha Loka Prabhu Prasada Karila Krishna Preme Matta Loka Nijaga Regela. Who will read? Yeah, Parvati Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sei Sabha Loka Prabhu Prasada Karila Krishna Preme Matta Loka Nijaga Regela. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then bestowed his causeless mercy upon all the people there, and everyone became ecstatic with love of God. Finally, they all returned to their homes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you. So they all had the fortune of having personal darshan of the Lord. They all became so ecstatic, and then they all went back to their homes, right? Like that. Okay. Emata kata dina krure rahila Krishna nama prema diya lokanistarila. Shameshwari Mataji, go ahead.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी धन्यवाद प्रणाम एक माता कत दिन अक्रूरे राहिला कृष्ण नाम प्रेम दिया लोक निस्तारिला. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained for some days in Akrura Tirtha. He delivered everyone there simply by distributing the holy name of Krishna and ecstatic love for the Lord. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. So Akrura Tirtha is the place. We all know Akrura came from Mathura to actually take Krishna and Balaram to Mathura, right? Where they fought with elephant Kuvalaya Pida, and finally Chanura, Mushtika, all those wrestlers were defeated, and then finally Krishna killed Kamsa. So Akrura was a person who actually went to bring Krishna and Balaram from Vrindavan to Mathura. So Akrura Tirtha is the place where there is a kunda, and in that particular kunda actually Akrura took bath. And when Akrura went to take birth, taking Krishna and Balaram to Vrindavan, that time Krishna, and when he went there, he saw Krishna and Balaram inside the waters. And then he's wondering, oh, Krishna and Balaram were there in the chariot when I just came here to take my snan. And then he rushes to see there in the chariot also Krishna and Balaram are there. When he comes again, he sees here also Krishna and Balaram are there. He goes there, he comes here, like that he sees. Right? In this way, he becomes so ecstatic. He becomes dumbfounded to see the glory of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to manifesting himself there and here, to give pleasure to Akrura. Right? So then this way, this place is called Akrura Tirtha. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he stayed there in Akrura Tirtha, he distributed the love of Krishna, an ecstatic love and holy name of Krishna throughout this entire place called Akrura Tirtha. Okay, so let's move forward. Text number 129. Madhava Purira Shishya Seita Brahmana Maturara Ghare Ghare Karana Nimantrana. Padma Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandut Pranam. Madhava Purira Shishya Seita Brahmana Maturara Ghare Ghare Karana Nimantrana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Brahmana disciple of Madhavendra Puri went from house to house in Mathura and inspired other Brahmanas to invite Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to their home. Thank you, Mataji. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Right? So what is the greatest pleasure of a devotee is actually to invite Vaishnavas to their homes and serve them prasadam. Right? Then the Vaishnavas who come, they glorify the Lord. Like this month of Deep Dan, that's what we do, right? We go from one house to another where devotees congregate, sing the Damodara Ashtakam, offer the Diya for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and relish very nice Krishna Prasadam in the association of devotees. Like Guru Goswami says, Dadati Pratigrhanati Guhyam Akyati Prachati Bhungte Bonjete Chaiva Sadvidam Priti Lakshanam. These loving exchanges, Priti Lakshanam means loving exchanges between the devotees, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the embodiment who actually showed these kind of loving exchanges. If you see the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita, these are filled with some such loving exchanges between the Lord and his devotees, and between the devotees and the devotees, right? So this is the pleasure of a devotee to ask, to humbly inquire, to reveal one's minds in confidence, to offer Krishna Prasadam, to accept Krishna Prasadam, and then to Dadati Pratigranati, to give gifts and to receive gifts. These are Sadvidam Priti Laksham. These are 6 ways of loving exchanges between devotees, which attract the Lord also, which attract the Lord's attention, which attracts the Lord's mercy also. So in this way, the disciple of Madhavendra Puri, he was going around inviting everybody to inspiring everybody to invite Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to their homes, right? So senior devotee actually generally allocates like that. So today this devotee will come here. There's an allocation. There is an entire program schedule that is fixed, right? So that we all are prepared. We all ourselves keep ourselves free to go and have the celebration in a particular devotee's house, like that. So in this way, this Brahmana actually inspired everyone to have a schedule where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could go to one devotee's house, where everybody congregate there, chant the glories of the Lord, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dances ecstatically in Kirtan and then has prasadam, and then next day they go to another devotee's house. So like this, there was a schedule that was created, and this Brahmana inspired all the devotees to extend invitation to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 131. Ekadina Dasha Bisha Aiseni Mantrana Bhattacharya Ekera Matra Karena Grahana. Padma Mataji, go ahead. Hare Krishna, you're there, Mataji? Okay, Mataji, you're not audible. Okay, Bhuvana Mataji, go ahead.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Padma Mataji, go
Continue, Mataji.
Ekadina Dasha Bisha Aisani Mantrana Bhattacharya Ekera Matra Karena Grahana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In one day, 10 to 20 invitations were received, but Balabhadra Bhattacharya would accept only one of them. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So, Hare Krishna. So the devotees became so inspired that not just one invitation per day, but they were receiving 20 invitations for one particular day. But of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would only go to one person's house. So Balabhadra Bhattacharya actually would accept only one of them on a particular day. In this way, every day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to different devotees' homes. Avashara napaya loka nimantrana dite, sei vipre sadhe loka nimantrana nite. Bona Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandat Pranam. Avasaranapaye loke nimantrana dite, sei viprasade loke nimantrana nite. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Ki Jai. Since not everyone got an opportunity to offer invitations to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally, those who did not requested the Sanodhiya Brahmana to ask the Lord to accept their invitation. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So they would request the Brahmana, please, you ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to accept our invitation and come to our home like that. Kanya Kubja Dakshinatera Vaidika Brahmana Dainya Kari Kare Maha Prabhura Nimantrana. Shami Shri Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Kanya Kubja Dakshinayatra Vaidika Brahmana Dainya Kari Kare Maha Prabhura Nimantrana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Brahmanas from different places such as Kanya Kubja and South India, who were all strict followers of the Vedic religion, offered invitations to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great humility. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So everyone was offering invitations to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would come to their home, and in this way they would feel blessed by the presence of the Supreme Lord in their home. Pratah kale akrura asi randana kariya prabhure bhiksha dena shala grame samarpiya. Shameshwari Mataji, go ahead.
Pratah kale akrure asi randana kariya prabhure bhiksha dena shaligrame samarpiya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the morning, they would come to Akrura Tirtha and cook food. After offering it to the Shaligram Shila, they offered it to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So in Akrura Tirtha, they would come and cook food, right? They would all come together and cook food, and then they will offer it to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after offering it to Shaligram Shila. Right? Shaligram Shila, you get from this, the Gandaki River in Nepal. Right? They are non-different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is said that the Shaligram Shilas need not be even installed in the temples or even in our homes. Right? Shaligram Shila is so potent and non-different from the Lord that one can start worshipping. We also know how Advaita Acharya actually called for Lord Sri Krishna to personally incarnate to deliver the souls in the age of Kali. So what did he do? He worshipped the Shaligram Shila along with Ganges and Tulsi water. Very, very easy to worship the Shaligram Shilas. Very easily pleased. One simply need to offer Ganges water. And Ganges water also we say, Gange cha Yamune chaiva narmada sindhu kaveri Godavari Saraswati Jalayasmin Sanidhin Guru. So in this way we offer those water. We bathe the Shaligram Shilas and then we offer Tulsi to Shaligram Shila. In this way the offering is done to Shaligram Shila, and then they offer this prasadam to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Prabhupada explains in the purport how there are Brahmanas are of 5 types. Pancha Gauda Brahmanas, because they come from 5 different places in northern India, and also Pancha Dakshinaya Brahmanas. Dakshin means south, right? And Gauda Desh means west actually, northern India and southern India. 5 places of southern India, and the various description of those places are also given. They all observe Vedic principles and are not polluted by tantric misdeeds, right? So if you are polluted by tantric misdeeds, then what you do? You pray to the Lord for sense gratification, because I want to get this mantra, yantra, tantra, etc. But one who is a pure devotee of the Lord is praise to the Lord and is only requesting the Lord to engage in his service, right? A devotee does not require a Lord to give anything else other than the benediction of Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhavatat Bhaktir Ahitukitvaye. Nothing else other than pure devotional service. Text number 135. Ekadina say, I think we finished that, right? Oh, no, we are supposed to do that. Ekadina say akrura gatera upare vasi Mahaprabhu kichu karena vichare. Who'll read? Okay. So one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the bathing ghat of Akrura Tirtha, he had the following thoughts. right? We discussed this. Akrura Tirtha is between Vrindavan and Mathura. This was a place where Akrura actually had his snan when he actually was taking Krishna and Balaram to Vrindavan Dham, from Vrindavan to Mathura, like that. E gate Akrura Vaikunta dekila Brajavasi Loka Goloka Darshana Kaila. Krishnamurti Prabhu, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yei gate akrura vaikunta dekila Prajavasi Loka Goloka Darshana Kaila. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada says, while considering how Akrura remained within the water, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately jumped in and stayed underwater.
Okay, Prabhu, you read the translation of the next verse actually. So fine, that's you both are related. What is it? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, oh, this is the bathing place where Akrura saw Vaikunta, right? Where he actually saw Krishna, right? Actually taking the snan. And he was getting bewildered also. Why? Because he's there here also, he's there in the chariot also. And remembering Akrura, how Akrura remained within the water, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, remembering this pastime of Krishna Balaram and Akrura, he jumped inside the water and stayed there for some time, like that. Deki Krishna Dasa Khandi Fukara Karila Bhattacharya Shigra Asi Prabhure Uthaila. When Krishna saw, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was already jumped into the water. Balabhadra Bhattacharya immediately came and then pulled the Lord out. Tabe Bhattacharya say Brahmane Laya Bhakti Karila Kicho. I request devotees kindly. Bhavana Mataji, can you please mute all the devotees? Tabe Bhattacharya say Brahmane Laya Yukti Karila Kichu Nibrite Vashya. After this, Balabhadra Bhattacharya took Sanodya Brahmana, right? The disciple of Madhavendra Puri, right? Took this Brahmana to a secluded place and then consulted with him. He was very worried, right? Why is the Lord actually jumped into the river? He was about to be drowned. Then I was there to help him. What is there? What if I was not there? The Lord is so ecstatic and sometimes he's doing so many things in an emotional way. The situation in Vrindavan here is not so good, right? We should get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu out of Vrindavan. The Vrindavan haite yadi Prabhu rakadiya tabe mangala haya e bhala yukti haya. Right? I think we should take Chaitanya Mahaprabhu out of Vrindavan down because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is displaying such ecstatic symptoms and sometimes he's jumping into the river. He's doing all these things which are very dangerous, like that he's saying. Vipra kahe. So what is the Sanodya Brahmana replying? Vipra kahe prayage Prabhu laya yai Ganga tira pate ai tabe sukha pai. Yes, the Brahmana is agreeing and he's saying, let us take him to Prayag and along the banks of the Ganges. It will be very nice where he can take a bath along the Ganges river and may I also get to this place called Prayag, which is the confluence of Ganga, Jamuna and Saraswati. Maga masa lagila ebiya diyaye makare prayaga snana katadina pae. Right? Then the Sanodya Brahmana is continuing. He's saying, if you go to Prayaga at this time, we will be able to bathe for a few days during the Makara Shankranti time. It is said to be auspicious to take bath in Prayaga in the confluence of the three rivers, which is Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. Right? Prabhupada is saying in the purport how bathing there is a pious activity and the devotee is not very interested in doing this karma kandiya process. What is the devotee interested? Simply in devotional service. Apanara dukha ki chukari nivedana makara panchasi prayagi kariha suchana. Right? So in this way, the Sanodya Brahmana said, okay, let's submit to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? You tell him, right? You tell him what is the unhappiness you feel because of the various emotional activities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Vrindavan Dham. You suggest to him that we should go to Prayaga. And then let's see what the Lord answers. Like that he's telling. And Balabhadra Bhattacharya therefore submitted this prayer to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? He told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I can no longer tolerate the disturbance of this. So many people coming to you offering invitations to have prasadam. And when you're going also, you become so emotionally ecstatic. So I'm worried about you. Like that. So let us not be here. Let us go to Prayag. Like that he offers his humble suggestion to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? And he says, let us all leave from here, take the path by the banks of the Ganges and go to Prayaga during Makara Shankranti. So in this way, Prabhupada says, there are two great occasions for bathing in the Ganges during the Magha Mel. One is the dark moon and one is the full moon. Right? Amavasya and Paurnami. Like that Prabhupada mentions in the purport. Then, Udvigna haila prana sahitena pari prabhuraya ajnahaya say shiredhari. My mind has become very agitated. I cannot bear this anxiety. Who's saying? Balabhadra Bhattacharya. He's saying, right now everything rests on your permission, oh Lord. I'm just giving this humble suggestion. Okay, so Padmaja Mataji, I don't know, I'm not sure if you've read. You can read the next verse. Yadyapi vrindavana tyage nahi prabhu ramana bhakta icha puri te kahe madhura vachana.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yadyapi vrindavana tyage nahi prabhura mana bhakta icha puri te kahe madhura vachana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had no desire to leave Vrindavana, he began to speak sweet words just to fulfill the desire of his devotee. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is simply following the instructions of Balabhadra Bhattacharya. So these are the words of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, Tumi amayani dekhaila vrindavana erana ami nariba karita shodhana. Shami Shri Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
तुम्ही आमाया आणि देखाईला वृंदावन ए रण आम्ही नारीबा करीते शोधन. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "You have brought me here to show me Vrindavan. I am very much indebted to you, and I shall not be able to repay this debt."
This is the response of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is expressing his gratitude to Balabhadra Bhattacharya for having brought him to Vrindavan Dham. Ye tomara icha ami seita kariba yaha laya yaha tumi tahai aiba. Whatever you desire, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Oh Balabhadra Bhattacharya, whatever you desire, wherever you want to take me, I shall go with you. Pratah kale Mahaprabhu pratah snana kaila Vrindavana Chadi Bhajani Prema Vesha Haila. So next day morning, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got early. He became ecstatic with love, knowing that, oh, now I have to leave Vrindavan Dham, right? Especially when we have to leave a place where we love so much. We get up early in the morning, we want to enjoy everything in that particular place. We want to visit all the places again before we leave the Dham. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Lord Krishna himself, now who has done all those wonderful leelas in Vrindavan Dham, right? Pauganda, Balya Leela, Pauganda Leela, and Kaumar Leela, all of those Leelas which Krishna himself has done. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually enjoying all those pastimes, reminiscing all those pastimes as a pure devotee. And in this way, he was going through the various places of Vrindavan Dham, getting ecstatic, getting emotional, jumping here, there, and everywhere in ecstatic love. So in this way, taking the words of Balabhadra Bhattacharya, although he did not want to leave Vrindavan Dham, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally decides to go to Prayag. So we will see what happens on the path, on the way to the Ganges, how they go through the Ganges and reach Prayag Dham. So Grantaraj Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I thank you all for your patient hearing. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Jai 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 Shri Radhe Sham, Jai 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 Shri Vrindavan Dham. Happy Kartik month to all the devotees.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for the wonderful class. Devotees, before you comment, before you leave, I have a small announcement, not announcement, a small wish we need to do today. Today is Her Grace Medhavani Mataji and Prabhuji's wedding anniversary. So we would like to let us all together chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra so that we can pray to the Lord for the spiritual upliftment of the entire family, to give them strength to encourage more and more souls on the path of bhakti, the way she is already doing. So may they both continue to do so for many, many, many more years to come. So let us chant. Please, you can all unmute and we can all chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra once. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Happy anniversary, Mataji. Happy Krishna conscious anniversary to you.
Happy Krishna conscious anniversary, Mataji.
Thank you so much, dear devotees.
Anniversary, Mataji. All the best to you all, both of you.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much.
The next Wednesday, coming Wednesday, for the next CC session. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hari Bol, Dandavat Pranams to all.
Danda Pranam Mataji.